Hi, everybody, and welcome to Literacy Innovations, the Movement. I am Ebony, of course, and I'm coming to you with another activity that I want you to try with your learners. At this time, we're all stressed. You're stressed because your kids are working from home. They're stressed because they're working from home. Teachers are stressed because we're working from home. So I think it's kind of good to do an activity where we're going to talk about our feelings. So, social emotional is very important. Of course, we care about the reading, we care about the writing, we care about the math, science, and social studies. But we also need to care about the feelings. How are we feeling at a time when this is very different from what we're used to? How are we feeling? I was thinking yesterday as I was preparing for the week, I was like, I'm a little stressed out. I'm a little anxious. I had some things go wrong last week as far as my kids not logging on and, not having their passwords, and just my internet was glitching. So I kept getting thrown out of my meetings. And so I was like a little upset. And then my kids were frustrated. The students are frustrated. The parents are frustrated. My phone was ringing off the hook. The parents were calling me on 2 different phones, my cell phone and my regular phone. I was like, oh, I do not want another week like that. So then I was like, but I have to be true about my feelings. And so I started to journal. Not an extensive journal, but I just started to write a little something, in remembrance of how I was feeling last week and hoping and anticipating a much better week. So here it goes. I hope that maybe you'll try it. So what I did was I did sort of like a little word cloud. And so if you can see it, it says How I'm Really Feeling by Ebony. And then I have words about how I'm really feeling. So I have angry, jealous, proud, nervous, anxious, happy, disappointed, overwhelmed, excited, private, because sometimes you don't want to share everything with everyone. So I just have things like that. That was just how I did mine. Just decorated, keep it simple. I like arts and crafts sometimes, but I wasn't in the mood this time. So I just did something a little basic. But I think you should try this with your learner. So they can decorate the cover. This is just regular copy paper. And what I did was I actually just cut it into 4s. And so then I just used a hole punch and a brad to put it together. That simple. And so I wrote every day. I wrote something about every day last week. And so I feel like your kids can do this too, but they don't necessarily have to do it in paragraph format. Let them be as creative as they want. If they want to draw a picture, let them draw a picture. If they just want to simply draw an emoji, let them draw that. And so, but just have them do one sentence, at least one sentence about how they're really feeling, and allow them to be honest. I think sometimes as adults, we don't really care how kids feel. We don't really think how they feel matters, but it does matter, just like how we feel matters. So I'm challenging you to let your learner do their journal and be as open and honest as they want to be. And I'm also challenging you to do one as the adult and be honest with yourself. Now, you can keep it private. You don't necessarily have to share it, but I think it would be good if you had that dialogue with your learner so they know that their feelings are important as well as your feelings are important. So I would like to see you do that. I won't see it unless you share it with me, but I would like for you to do that. And I think it would be really good for the entire family, as this dynamic is totally different. So I think you should really give it a try. Like I said, let them, if they only want to write a sentence, let them write a sentence. If they want to write a paragraph, let them write a paragraph. If they want to draw a picture, let them get as elaborate as they want, because it will actually relieve some of the stress that they're feeling with some of the uncertainty of everything that's going on. Because like right now, a lot of people's worlds are really upside down. Even though we're doing this virtual learning, some kids are still having to go to daycare. Others are going to like these learning pods and things like that. So, it's not as smooth sailing as we think. And as adults, we think we're the only ones stressed out. However, kids are very stressed, and it will manifest itself sometimes in behavior. So I would like for you to think about that. While I have you here as a captive audience, I want to talk about the testing, the standardized state testing. Your kids will start testing this month, and some of them will continue until next month. So if your kids go to a Cleveland school, they have Ames Webb as well as NWEA as well as the OST for our third graders next month. So just keep you on your toes. Make sure that they are reading 30 minutes a day like I've been suggesting. Please pay attention to text features as they're very important. Please have them write something a day. And guess what? This activity right here fits on what I suggested about making sure that they write something every day. This is going to be very good. So just making sure that they can ask questions, make sure that they answer questions, make sure that they're paying attention to detail because they will need to use text evidence. That's what they're going to have to be responsible for. So just make sure that you're taking the time out to do that with them. It doesn't take a long time. You can do this in as little as 5 minutes. But I do recommend that you do it. I do recommend that you have them sit and attend to reading something for at least 30 minutes. I don't mean let them break it up. I mean sit for 30 minutes and attend to it, because these tests that they're taking, some of them are timed, some of them are not, but they still need to be focused in so that they can get their best scores, because what we don't want is for them to be off track and end up on a RIMP or reading improvement monitoring plan. If there's anything I could do to help, feel free to reach out. On Facebook, I'm Literacy Innovations LLC. On Instagram, I am at Literacy Innovations. My website is literacyinnovations.net. You already know right here is Literacy Innovations, the movement. So if you need me, do not hesitate to call me. Have a great day as usual and stay safe. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.